Hi, William here again. Thank you for joining me for this week's project video. Now this week, a quite simple, straightforward project. I'm going to turn a contemporary bole in English spalted beech. Now the piece of wood I have available for this is, as I said, it's spalted beech. It's about 12 by 6 at its biggest dimension, so I would reasonably expect to end up with something in the region of 11 inches by 4.5 inches deep. Now this bit of timber is local here in Somerset. It's from Hinston St George. It came from a storm casualty tree several years ago. I had it milled last year at the heat of the summer and have had it stored since. It's showing about 8 or 9% on the humidity indicator, which means it's fine to turn. Now this is quite a large chunk of wood. Normally I might start off by mounting it on the screw chuck, but in this case I'm going to use a large faceplate secured by 6 2.5 inch screws. I'm also going to bring up the tail stop for added security, which means there's less chance of it departing the lathe. Starting off quite slowly, 450 RPM here, until I rough it out and get it more balanced, in which case I can then increase the RPM. Okay, I have a good base shine on the outside of the bole now. I will enhance that towards the end of the project, but I must turn my attention to what I think is a knot or a bark inclusion that I've found just on the inside of the rim. Now I'm going to mask up the outside of the bole with some frog tape, mix up some 30-minute epoxy resin, some clear resin, and fill the cavity and leave it overnight. Okay, the next day the resin has cured fine and appears to have filled the void. I think I'm going to end up turning most of this resin cavity away, but it will serve to prevent the piece from breaking up. From here on, the inside of the bowl got the same treatment as the outside. That is sanding down to 240 grit, some sanding sealer, Yorkshire grit microfine, and Hampshire sheen high gloss. So the last task in this project then is to blow out the dust from the recess in the bottom and glue in my logo using some small amount of epoxy resin. Okay, so there we have it then, a completed, quite contemporary bowl in English spalted beech. The final product is in fact 11.5 inches by 5 inches, so approximately like I thought. As I said at the beginning of the video, this was quite a simple project, but I very much enjoyed turning it and I'm very happy indeed with the outcome. I hope you enjoyed watching it too, and see you again next week.